Why do we always end up using LangGraph over LangChain? For building complex agentic workflows is what we'll try to understand in this short video. If you're observing this graph structure that we have come up with more carefully, we have represented different nodes and edges in this graph. So nodes and edges, as you can observe, are the key components within LangGraph, along with state. So state here is more explicit in a way that the same state is being accessed by any of the nodes that are provided within the graph. So any node within the graph can access the same state and update the same state, right? Other nodes will be able to see the updated state by any of these nodes. Like let's say billing issue node updates the state for a particular value. The other nodes will be able to find the value updated, right? So that's the state being more explicit. It's not that the workflows that are built by using LangChain cannot do that. We still can do it by using memory component, and we can use this conversational buffer memory or any other built-in class or leverage it and try to exchange the information between agents within the multi-agent workflow that we might create. But it's more complex. It's more manual in nature. Like you try to pass on the memory from agent A to agent B. Here, state is explicit in nature and we need not pass. It's already available, which is shared in nature across the different nodes that are present within the graph structure. Yeah. Along with that, if you are observing, so this is our first node which classifies the intent. So there is an LLM or chat model associated with this node. It tries to understand what the user query is and classifies the intent, whether it should go to billing issue or technical issue or general query. So this is conditional edge, right? So conditional edge as in it will route to only one of these, not to all of this. Implementing conditional edges in LangChain workflows is more difficult in a way that you might end up creating a chain within chain, thereby complicating the overall control flow here, right? So whereas in LangGraph, we basically can use conditional edge. We'll see how we can implement conditional edge in one of our upcoming sessions. So implementing conditional edge in LangGraph is more easier in a way. And thereby whatever workflow that you are building, the code complexity also reduces a lot. So this is the second advantage that we see by using LangGraph. The third most biggest advantage here is human in loop. So human in loop, like at any given node, we basically can pause for human input and then collect the human input and then proceed for the next step. It's not that we cannot implement this again in LangChain, we still can implement, but here the processing resumes at the same step. So that's the minor difference what I can try to project to you at the moment. The first difference that we have observed is the state being more explicit when compared to LangChain. Second major advantage that we have understood is like creating conditional edges will actually be more simple in LangGraph when compared to LangChain. And the third advantage that we have seen is a human in loop advantage that we have discussed a while ago. Thank you.